Hello, my name's Barbara Gray from Claritystamps, and today I'd like to show you another trick using one of my favourite stamps of all time, which is the beautiful blue tit and its mask. So I'm just going to get started. I want to show you what we're going to use, and then we'll just crack on, shall we? So I wanted to use the other card to begin with, and then 4 ink pads. I'm going to use the Denim to saturate the sky. I'm going to use Butterscotch for the beautiful moon. I'm going to use Archival black for the actual stamped images, and I haven't made my mind up yet, but I may use stone washed as an undercoat, but I'll decide that as I'm going along. I need a blending mat, so I'm going to use my Clarity mat, which is a very clever thing. I'm going to use a Speedball Brayer, can't live without that, and a ruler, and some makeup sponges, and of course the wonderful masks, which are the blue tit and then the moons. So I think we can begin. Now the first thing I want to do is stamp the blue tit into place using the black Archival ink pad. And I'm going to just hang the stamp over the side of the table and then ink it up really well. We want a nice solid black image. And the best way to get that is with a black Archival ink pad. Then I'm just going to position the bird on the other card. One, two, three. Perfect. And now I'm going to cover the bird up. So I'm going to use my glasses and the mask. So we're just going to lay the mask down. These are repositionable masks. You can use them again and again. If it's a new mask, don't forget to detack it before you begin. And then just lay it down carefully. It's worth taking the time to get it in the right place. There. This way you won't get an echo. So once I've done that, the next thing I want to do is the sky. So again, I'm going to just detack my moon. These are new masks, which is why I'm doing this. And then I'm just going to add my orb here. So the next thing I want to do is add the sky. So I'm going to just take my blue and my brayer, and I'm going to use Denim. I'm going to go straight in with Denim. And I think I'll just add the Denim straight to the ink pad, like so. Straight to the Denim ink. I think I'm going to add the Denim straight to the blending mat. And then I'm just going to spread and distribute and blend the ink like so. And that way I just want to make sure that I haven't got any ink on that edge. And what we're going to do now is just start in this corner and start loading up the colour. Don't worry about stripes. Here we go. And I'm just going to start loading up the colour like this. Now the best thing about the blending mat, do you know what? I'm going to turn this around so I can get a better run at it. The best thing about the blending mat is that I can go back and pick up more ink and then come back in again. And this way I can get the sky really dark. In we go again, and in we go again. And so I can keep moving this way. There, see? And once I think I've got enough ink on there, and I don't want to add any more sky, then I can stop. If I wanted to add a little bit of black, then I could use a black Adirondack as well, just to darken the sky a bit more. Now, let's add a bit of black. Make sure I've got no ink on that edge. And then I can just darken the sky with a bit more. I find if you add a little bit of black, it changes the blue to a night sky. There we go. And you can come down and you see you get this beautiful airbrushed effect, which goes straight down from top to bottom, like so. Right, now I've done that, the next thing I want to do is let's just deal with the moon now. So I'm just going to lift this off, and I want to talk to you just quickly about the mask. You see, the mask comes in a sheet like this, and I've cut out this piece here. Now the idea is that the reason they're spaced out this well is so that you've got the innie and the outie. So again, I've got the positive and the negative here. I just want to detack that. And then I'm going to just put this on here like so. So one of the things that I need as well is some Post-its, so that I can cover up the area that I'm using around like this. This way I don't get yellow in the sky. There. So I just want to do this, and you'll see now I'm going to work on this area here. So let me take my yellow brush, and I'm going to turn my mat around, and I just want to use some of my yellow from the Butterscotch, just like this, and I think I'll add it to my mat because I've got more control then. So I'm just going to add a little bit of yellow to my mat, and then I'm going to gently just start dusting some of the yellow in here around the corner. There we are. So I just add it to the moon. And because I'm just working on these sides here, you see, if I want to, I can get in a bit tighter, like so. And I can take a clean makeup sponge, and I can take the yellow from the plastic mask, and I can load it into the edge. I can also take some ink directly from the blending mat, and I can add a bit more there too. You see, and then pick up a bit more if I want to, and add a bit more around this edge. What's important is that I leave some white here. So what I want to do now, before I do too much, I don't want to get like a white echo, you see. So I'm just going to lift this off now, and I just want to, if for example I was to just move the moon around a little bit, the mask, then I can just shift the moon around like that. And I can do exactly the same thing in this side. And that way I'm not going to get like a white halo. So we'll just go around. See, one of the lovely things about this, let me just cover up my area here. That's it. It's like a little surgery, really. There. Then I can go round, you see. This is the fantastic thing with the brushes. I can swizzle round like this. Pick up a bit more off the mat, and then round I go again. Now I can make this as dark or as light as I like, just by how much ink I add, really. So around we go. I'm just going to add a bit more depth down the bottom. I can take a makeup sponge and I can apply the depth of colour directly. And then I can take a closer look at where I am. Let's just check it, because I can always add it, can't I? Remember? But I can't take it away. Let's have a look. Not bad. Not bad at all. So let me just take my Post-its away. And maybe I'll just add a little bit more. Let's have a look. Just on this edge here, the bottom edge again. Always best to check before you carry on. There we go. Now I can get some serious depth going in that area. That'll do. That's all I wanted. So you see, you can build up your colour like that. And now the next thing we want to do, in the same way, is remove the mask from the bird. Right, so the bird is nice and clean because we covered it up. And what we want to do now is take that, the same principle as with the same as we did with our moon, the negative and the positive. In the same way now, I want to use this part of the bird as well. So once again, we'll lay it down on our arm to detack it because I'm working with new masks. And this time, I'm going to just cover up the bird. Okay, and then, just as we did before, I just want to make a little cover so that I don't get blue when I'm colouring in the bird. Now obviously we've got lots of options here. If we wanted to, we've got lots of options for colouring in here. If we wanted to, we could use colouring pens, we could use watercolour pencils because we've used a permanent ink pad. I think I'm going to go simple and just use exactly what I've got on the table here. So I'm going to use, for example, a clean makeup sponge, and I think I'll go with the stone-washed ink pad. I knew it would come in handy at one point. And what I'm going to do is just add the colour through the mask to the bird. So let's just add some colour here. And as you go round, you see you can just drag in. One of the wonderful things about the mask is it's plastic, so you can just pull the colouring off the plastic. So round we go. Don't forget the crown. It's always blue. Good blue. Now if you want to go darker, maybe you've still got some dark on your mat, or you can go directly into the denim. Let's check out. Let's add some darkness here perhaps. A little bit of blue through the body. Cool. And now we're going to cover up our blue ink pads, and then we're going to grab a clean makeup sponge. I've got a yellow one here. So we're going to take our yellow, and now we're going to add a little bit of yellow. And one of the wonderful things about this is that when you use a makeup sponge through a mask like this, you can blend the colours beautifully. And you'll see now, of course, it always happens this way, but when yellow hits blue, it creates a fantastic shade of green. And this is what we're doing here. Because actually, if you look at blue tits, there's a lot of green on a blue tit. Right, let's have a look. So we've done that. And then we can take our masks away, slowly, slowly, so as not to damage them. There we are. And we'll just lift this away. Oh, and there's our lovely bird. And we're just going to replace our mask that we can use again and again on its wax paper for next time. And that's that job done. Now let's take a look at our lovely picture so far. There. And what I want to do now is take another word, and I'm going to add it here. So I'm going to use one of the words from the word chains. I got this thing about the word celebrate. I don't know, I think life is worth celebrating. And so what I want to do is just take a black archival, because the black will make it ping. The black will make the bird pop as well, because we use black line art for the blue tip. And what we're going to do now is just stamp celebrate under the bird's wing. Let the ink soak in and then lift. And there we have another reason to celebrate, because it worked. Right, so there we are. I hope you like that. I just wanted to show you how to create this great big orb, how to colour in the blue tits with the ink pads that we use for the sky and the moon. And what I'd like to do is next time I'd like to do a part 2 to this, because I have an idea, and what I'd like to do is take the same stamps with a cloud mask and show you how to add like a window like this to the picture. And I want to show you how we're going to position this bird so that it sits perfectly on there, and then finish off a card. But this, of course, is another project all in itself. So I hope you can join me next time. Thanks very much. Bye-bye now.